Alright, I'm going to upload that VOD as well. I imagine there'll be a few people who maybe want to go back and watch bits of that, because that was actually top draw series.
It's like the circle of life, you know. I got fucked by Checkmate Gen.G in a map 5 in Hawaii, and now I see Checkmate Gen.G get fucked by Gen.G in a map 5. And then in a few years' time, I'll see the next Korean wonder kid coming and gapping J-Woo on Gen.G. Just the circle of life, you know.
As yep, that feels like a fitting place to use for term circle of life.
I'm glad you agree.
We want to be marbles at the wedding. No plan for marbles at the wedding.
We could do real marbles.
I don't know how to explain this to you, chat, but my real life is quite different from Twitch chat. There's significantly less marbles for one. Actually, man, that might be the only difference. Maybe I've greatly exaggerated the differences. Yeah.
Learn more at fce.gg/s4.
Want to be a quiz? No quiz. No.
I saw a Reddit comment that said that Chris hasn't won a game since he stopped doing the quiz.
How many games had he won before the quiz?
I don't know.
Is this the distinguishing factor here, or is it just, you know, bad
I don't know, but you know, that stat line was thrown around, so it's worth thinking about.
Marbles for who catches the flowers? Because the catching the flowers is the marbles equivalent. He can't.
Marbles instead of the vowels. Thoughts?
I feel like I shouldn't marbles instead of the vowels. These are just these are things that aren't like for like replacements.
You come up with like a bunch of different vowels, right? And then you do them as the marbles, and whichever one wins is the one you say. No,
it's too autistic to even comprehend. Does Chris have a wedding theory? I think so. It's working so far for him, though.
There's always like the grind denier theory. You know? Grind denier theory goes hard. Like, get a girlfriend, grind gets denied, get worse. I mean, it's not even like just girlfriend specific, you know. It's just whenever a player finds something outside of Overwatch, they get worse. But you know, the usual one is that they get a girlfriend.
Prediction for wedding drama. I don't think there'll be any drama. I think
I'm gonna start a fight with one of your uncles or something. just for the beef.
I feel like it won't go very far.
No,
I feel like you just get beat up and then yeah, you just get beat up and then yeah.
One thing you want to do is you want to start a fight at a wedding where you only know the group, you know, like when you don't know any of the family and stuff. What you really want to do is you want to.
You'll be all right though, because you'll come to the SAG too, right? So then
you'll
have met everyone. If anything, you're gonna be the conduit here for everyone else.
I'm gonna be the link from your IRL to the Overwatch people.
You can't say "I object" with an exclamation mark play. I feel like none of you guys have been to a wedding before because you're all suggesting stuff that just doesn't. None of it happens there. Is Unsa streaming the wedding? No, he's invited, but he's not going to stream it. I think we're doing a what's it called? There's a word for it. Not disconnected, not offline. I mean, it will be offline, but that's not the word for it. What's the word? Someone in chat help me. There's a word for where you sort of say, don't have... Quiz is not the word. No. Hype, no. Unplugged. Thank you, Joby. Yes, unplugged, which is basically like, don't take any pictures because we've got a professional photographer or two, so they'll be doing it all, you know? I think that's only for the what do we call it? The ceremony itself, though, rather than the entire event. Wouldn't be drops at the wedding. I think there might be gift baskets, but maybe only for people staying on site.
Drops at the wedding. I stay through the ceremony. I get a Maya skin.
If you want rainy day tracer, make sure to get. All right. The next game is starting. It's Lijiang Tower, it's Gen.G versus Peps. Zodial is in, which is probably the big notable part of this for Team Peps, that they have their full starting roster, full strength. And it's going to be Gen.G Venture, maybe even a Junker Queen. Alright, both teams coming out with a bit of a slightly different read on everything here. Mag is going to go Doomfist, Top Dragon Farah, two heroes that benefit a lot from the perks right now. The Team Peps on a very different comp here on the Junker Queen.
Yeah, sorry, I'm blatantly
No interest? No interest? No interest?
I was completely zoned out. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, it's a good look. It's control center. I like the style. It seems like maybe Gen.G, you know, maybe there was some rats in the walls because they've come out on what I can only say is a counter comp to this style of comp. You know, they're playing wide and they're playing spammy. I hate Doomfist. I just hate it. No one in this region is good enough to play Doomfist. Every time I see it, I get sad.
I've heard Mag has been tearing it up in scrims on the Doomfist, as evidenced by that punch into a wall and immediately getting traded. So, first fight for Team Peps here. We'll see if Mag chooses to swap off the back of this here. Echo and Malga were the bans in all of this. But I can very much see, like, maybe even a Ramattra or something swap is on. I'm going to go Ball, actually. I don't know if it's... I mean, it's not... It probably is better into the Junker Queen, to be fair. But, yeah, it's an awkward map a little bit for this here. So, maybe it won't be...
How do he goes around here?
Yeah, I don't think it's, to be fair, I don't think it's too bad for Mag, but it's awkward for the rest of his team to take meaningful space when he's on the ball. But never mind, slam and kill FD God, that'll work. Comes back in, shout out from Ice down to half HP. Suzu keeps him up for now. But Mag is actually doing a pretty good job taking a load of attention, and as he takes all this attention, Top Dragon gets more and more space. They try and trade it back right now. Top Dragon gets pocketed up, and the longer this fight goes on, the more opportunities for Top Dragon. But now he gets taken down. Ice is back for Kitsune rush faster, and they just get beamed down right now. And Flip was never given during all of that from Team Peps.
I mean, the Venture was on it for so long, it's impossible to remove the Venture. And yeah, I mean, the boot from FD, after feeding and dying, the boot to save Ken from the Mag follow-up was really good. And then eventually the Queen just manages, you know, the Queen Farah pick, the super common Queen onto Farah first pick. Yeah, and suddenly Peps, you know, they've got a lot of their ults coming up. It's looking a bit rough for Gen.G maybe.
Yeah, a little tough one here. Mag is trying to harass him early again. Shout has been forced during all of this. FD God is getting very close to beat. Knife into the sky. Optimistic ones for Ice. Really just fishing, but Ken will finish for kills. So if it works right now. And Ice can keep anchoring this point. And Gen.G are really low on time. Beat from FD God. They are pushing for kills, but they won't get any kills. Felt like everything was under control. We beated nothing, so advantage. We get the kill onto Sauna and we get the kill onto Kaneo. So we didn't see the kills, but the kills were there. It's just a two-person beat from Crispy coming back. But can't find anything, but Top Dragon has extended it at least onto point. Mines are going to help right now. Zodiel's going to come try and clear someone else. Top Dragon going to get underground now. Will be forced out, but they are just cleaning up on point. Managed to avoid that one rampage, solo rampage onto Top Dragon right now. Will finish the kill. Kitsune rush in response. Knife into, trying to force that TP out. Recall has gone. Blades to finish the job, and it will eventually go Team Peps' way, and that's a 100-0 round.
Yeah, I really like Team Peps comp for this round. You've got the Venture that can just go stall point with minimal pocket for a while. The only real risk of dying is the Farah. And then you've just got this 4-man core that's really hard to just kill. That kind of just walks around and will eventually find something. It's a good comp for the map. I really don't want to see Queen outside of that map though. So if Ice Gnome rolls out on this, I am going to be sad.
Yeah, I feel like as well, if there's a point here where you start to expect the expect the Farah a lot, because Top Dragon's played it on that map, which if anything is the hardest of the 3 stages to play Farah on. Maybe you expect it here as well. No Diva from Ice right now. It's going to be Tracer, Gen.G. Juno will help a little bit with some of these problems as we get Sauna with the TP out of spawn, then swap onto Tracer. Mag is going to go coast early right now, so Team Peps have a decision. I think if they go back a point here, Team Peps, it's a really scary situation for them, because that Farah and Ball are going to do so much in these areas. Remember, as we've seen before, expect Lucio's, Lucio's to be on that base boost, causing real problems. Gen.G have actually stayed outside, back of a point right now for FD God and Zerion. Suzu has been forced already. Sauna is getting closer and closer. Nade onto Ice. Defensive shout comes out. Doesn't catch anything. That boop is scary. It's a Lucio trade right now. Slash is going to go wide from Ice. Still trying to anchor point. But they're just battling it out on the coaster, and Top Dragon has got Ken isolated. Nowhere for Ken to go. Surely they finish Ken.
No.
All right, Top Dragon will get the job done eventually. But more of it. You see Team Peps just struggling, and these rockets are forcing the Suzu early, and they just don't have the sustain after that, and Mag is just going to be able to roll round for free. Really expect we maybe see a Diva swap from Ice after this, even though he's halfway to Rampage. So they've not actually flipped point here either, so this is going to be a slow loss, but if anything, this now just means Gen.G really close to Nano, close to Mines, close to Barrage. A scary looking retake need for Diva, I think.
Yeah, and he's going to swap to it. I really think teams are going to point and they're not ready enough to push back off.
Yeah.
Especially these days with all the boops, especially when it's round 2 and Lucy has that perk. If you sit back a point,
Anna too, right? Like, Kanail should die in these situations versus
there's a push out timing for sure. They're going to try and rotate close to point. They've got to be careful of top dragon. Ice is going to mark it, meet them on point. They seem to have made the rotation. Can they get the flip?
Trying to bully it back right now. 3/4 of the way, Mag will roll through, but now Nano Barrage is available. It's a Nano onto Mag, but they lose Crispy on the way in. They lose Kanail on the way in. This time they have pushed out. Ken has got the job done. Top Dragon is in the sky with Barrage. He actually gets a late D-Mech onto Ice, which is a really frustrating one for
He lived as well, right? Oh no, he died,
Yeah, no, he died. Sauna's actually going to find a trade. No recall now for Sauna. Gets that mini, gets himself, I think, to another health pack as a result. Sauna, no way Sauna gets out of this situation. Extra blinks going a long way for that guy. And now they can recontest very quickly. Ice is still 20% away from Mech. Zirian has to TP out. The blade over the top. Crispy goes down. Ken into the air. One deflect coming from the sky. Suzu helps Top Dragon win that one. Only a 1-for-1 trade right now. Kitsune Rush was used on point. Peps still have control of the objective right now. Sauna's trying to come through in this coast area. They're going to start forcing it here. Ice can keep it contested. They have beat available from FD God here. Crispy still doesn't have it. FD God has died to Mines, though. So this beat push won't be coming in at all.
Oh, that's such a tragic way to end up flipping this point away. Just to Mines. I've noticed that Ken's gone for the, not for the deflect heals, but instead for the damage over time dash after getting in a limb. So if he gets in on backline and he gets a kill, that second dash is going to do an extra 25 damage to whoever he hits.
Is it for Farah, maybe?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's just I've heard some people say they think it's better.
Okay.
I don't agree, but I can see some vision behind it. You know, no esports.
Right. Beat trade going on right now. Yep, traded out. FD God's going to try and live after this one, but it's Zirion who gets caught actually. Top Dragon's going to have to fly away to the sky, getting pocket from Kanail during all of that. Gen.G are in control of point still, so it should be okay for this. They're quite low on point as well. Ice is going to try and focus on Top Dragon. Uses that concussive implosion. Will get traded, but Sauna is actually slowly but quietly just been getting through loads of work here. Ice with the remix. Sauna's going to get a pulse bomb kill as well. And well, we've not been on his POV, but Sauna has actually just killed everyone in this fight while all this has been going on.
We'll see him shoot the baby diva. It's okay. Alright, there'll be one more touch here for Peps. It's not really got anything to do with it though. Gen.G have got Mines, Kitsune, and Barrage coming up. This is going to be a rough touch. I'm just going to swap over to Bull. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Ken dash through into a suicide touch here. Soru gets picked by Kanail. He's not going to touch, is he?
Oh, no, he didn't get it. Yeah, didn't get the bite.
Third round.
Oh no, is it a Chris Fury situation?
Surely
I mean, that middle one wasn't that winnable, to be fair, for Peps. They were kind of being quite far beyond it.
It's already not Chris Theory, because that was quite dominant from Gen.G. Alright.
Another good Farah
I need Peps to do more. That's what I need. I just got the DM healing shield perk, which is a good
matrix. Shield system, sorry.
Yeah, I presume that just from TPing out of spawn, that you don't get a perk on third round, so Sauna won't get the super long TP here, but obviously TP out is still good. And Peps is going to be on the same type of comp again. Gen.G are going to be on the Ana Farah. Once they get in, they're going to be hard to remove, but it should be hard to get in.
Yeah. Kanail is the one who can maybe get bullied, and it's a 3-person rollout to coast. If you watched my video where I looked at Smash and some of these theories so far, I actually showed an example of how well Virtus Pro were able to do in this first fight, because Team Peps didn't send enough people point. This time, Peps, they send 3 people point. Now, early concussive pull, or concussive implosion, I should say, puts them in a bit of a sticky situation, but no kills from Top Dragon. But it does just mean every now and again, they just have a pull timing to work with here, Gen.G. So really scary for Team Peps to deal with. Roll comes through. Crispy dies through all of this right now. Somehow Crispy is the first one. Mag is still rolling around, keeping point contested, but here comes Top Dragon. Catches a rocket with that one. They have lost Kanail, but they die on the way in, so still just more trades. Top Dragon is trying to make sure we can get out alive. Resets here, and they will clean up the dogfight. Crispy on the respawn, cleaning that one up, and they will be cleared away right now, and they do eventually get it. Oh, top rope! He's got the hang time.
So high.
He's got the hang time perk, so you can see why they call it the hang time perk right there. Mag will get the kill there. Another one from the top ropes, just for fun at this point from Mag. And Gen.G in control of his first point. Mag nearly has mines.
I'm really confused with how Peps are playing. They're playing so slow, as if they've got a Sojourn looking for a pick or something. They need to just push through and get this angle. If you play slow, this Farah will find something. This ball will find something. You need to just send it. We're not going to win the point fight. We need to get onto the backline.
Holds onto Ice, takes him awfully low. Sauna's trying to make his way onto it. Mark runs into Zodial, forces him weak, and Peps are actually all quite low. They have the beat if they get in trouble. They're just trying to force point this Kitsune rush. They've not quite got it yet. Trying to force it over. Mag is really low. Someone else needs to take the touch. He uses the shield transfer right now. Beat comes through. They still haven't flipped point yet, Peps. Ice takes care of Top Dragon. Mag is back on the touch. Zodial is trying to deal with this. Does take care of Beluso. That should be the flip finally going. But good discipline by Gen.G because Mag has not left that point. Sauna is on it now as well. Top Dragon coming back on Venture. Sauna's going to play his life. Oh! Looks for the trade, Zodial, but doesn't get the recall out. The cavalry was called, and that's a poor one from Zodial there in the end. 5v4 retake now for Gen.G.
Yeah, Top Dragon's going to swap over to the Venture, so now it's just going to be a very run-it-down mid-style of play for Gen.G here. This Venture's just going to force so many cooldowns at the start of fight. Instead, they're just going to get full
Zones
point
for
control.
backline. Yeah, zones for backline. Kitsune rush on point right now. Crispy has the beat if they get in trouble, so they can keep forcing it. Ice has been cleared. Pulse Bomb is wide from Zodial. Ken nearly has the Blade coming back. Peps still in control of point as his self-destruct is used. Blade now over top. Beat is good for it, though, from Crispy. No more ults to throw in just yet for Peps, so they might just have to let this one go. Keeping it stacked up on point for now. Mag has the mines. Looking for the slam round. Catches Zodial. Ice is demech during all of this as well, so we're going to have to cop a reset. They're sadly staggering back in. Love a touch, don't they, Peps? But they will finally be cleared off it right now. Mag has mines for this next fight, but another Kitsune rush for Zerion, so it might just be another point force.
Peps are just very disjointed, I feel, you know? Like, Ken's going with the Blade, but... Still, pardon me. Ken's going with the Blade, but the team is missing. Thank you. So we're going into this last fight for Gen.G to win the map, at least. I just swapped over onto the Queen. I don't hate it, but I'm still not the biggest fan. It's good in this exact comp.
Mag! He's off the bigger boot!
The extra boot coming in clutch again.
There we go. Works out nicely. Thank you, Cintrix, for the 2 community gifted sub. Ready Day Tracer for you. And now a great chance to retake. Big slash onto the Venture as well. Should finish for kills. Suzu gets him out of some trouble. And Top Dragon's actually trying to tectonic shock his way out of that, but misses for shock. Doesn't kill Zerion. FD God's beat saves him for now, but doesn't save Ken. And Zerion is actually still in just as much trouble as before the beat a few moments later, actually. And they just can't find the cleanup kills here. The Venture is just bullying this Queen around. And that should just be Gen.G taking the first map here. Desperation stall time. Coming back. One more touch from Ken, but they need so much. FD God has got a cheeky touch as well. Ken's going to die on point, but now it's just FD God. He needs one. Ice has gone Doomfist. Real dash from Top Dragon. Where are we going, mate? Another touch from FD God. Surely there's no way they keep staggering it out. Zerion comes back. Kitsune rush. Pulse Bomb is out. It should surely end now. Just Ice on 1 HP on point. And even with Top Dragon off the map, can't turn it around. Gen.G win.
Yeah, I don't know. They just have a better idea of what they're doing. I think, honestly, like they're better at the style of comp, it seems. Truthfully, I think it's interesting that Peps are trying to play this type of comp. Maybe I'd prefer to see Sunin over Zodial if they're gonna play this comp. I'd much rather them see have Zodial on the Sojourn, you know. I don't think he did it especially bad on the Tracer, but you know, you gotta lean into your strengths a bit as a team. I understand the map can be a bit difficult, but you gotta be willing to play something bad if it's something good for you.
It's one of those weird ones where I think Zodial's like flex DPS is actually really good, especially by like you talk about some of like the hit scan standard for this.
You talk about hit scan standard for sure, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the problem is when you play against a team like Gen.G, nobody has that advantage over them. In EMEA right now, like Sauna and Top Dragon are the best when it's like a double flex DPS. Maybe TM, even though we've not really seen them use this combo. If they had like UB plus Psycho in, and you could play like Tracer plus 1 or something, like Tracer Echo, or suddenly maybe UB and Psycho seem like they're actually, you know,
If,
really
if I'm honest with
competitive.
you, in a Tracer Echo world, I actually think you play Quartz Psycho still. I think Quartz is a really good Echo on him.
You
I think
think?
Psycho's the best Echo in Europe, so it feels a bit annoying to not have him on it. But I've seen Quartz's Echo, and it's really fucking good actually.
Ooh.
So that's what I'd do if I was Benjamin De La Fere.
Oh yeah, Lubda Checkmate is like an interesting one. I feel like a lot of Lubda's best heroes, though, are actually like... I guess in Farah Tracer it would be really fine, actually, yeah. So maybe it's not quite as uncompetitive, but at least from Peps' point of view, while they might have that advantage over someone like even like a TU or something, like over Kai, I don't think they actually have the advantage here.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm grabbing a drink quick. You're in charge.
Alright, hi chat! Oh my god!
Why is he always like this?
Kai Junk with Kev Tracer? True, that'd be so good. Hello chat, hello X's chat, how are we doing? Why did I mainly way fast TP as Reaper last year? Even against good teams, way fast TP was good, bro. It just gives you like a second of invulnerability yourself, so you get to survive a bit longer, you get to stay in the same spot, you know? It's good. I sound queer? What a nice message. Share the love badge. Does Smurferus still haunt you? Nah, mate. Nah, mate, I'm over that, man. Why does young KSB like to play Torb and Darkrai so much? He's just got the gene. What do you think about Top Dragon going off the map? Literally could never be me. I've never done anything like that, ever. Have I seen a better EMEA dive team than Gen.G? I mean, didn't VP beat them? I actually don't remember what VP Gen.G played in their match. It was like game 1. So I don't even remember. But I'd assume that VP would be pretty good at it as well. But yeah. Where is Bone back? Took him out back and shot him. Spark are done with Overwatch. It seems that way. He's signed to VP for Rivals now, right? It's a shame. Spark's so good, man. Spark's so fucking good. But I need to convince my chat to become gambling addicts. All the fucking gambling addicts are in X's chat. You mean on dive? Yeah, I don't know. I think Gen.G, I mean, they've got the type of roster that if you wanted to claim their like best on like a full dive, then I can believe it. Have you ever considered trying to grow the bone back moustache? I don't think I'd be able to, honestly. Oh, Pred in my chat, we need to build the economy. Thank you, Jubion. Appreciate that. Maybe good, maybe the best Rivals swing on. I mean, I think Spark, I don't know, I think Spark actually had an insane year in Overwatch last year. Who won? VP won 3-2. Banger game. Am I going to stream the wedding? If you guys give me enough money, I'll do it privately without telling X. No one will know. No, but Spark was more than good enough to be on like a top 2-3 team this year. But like you could slide Spark in for any of the hit scans on the top teams, and it wouldn't really make a difference overall. Like, on certain heroes, of course. But is Unter going to the wedding? Yes, I believe so. I mean, Spark is fucking insane. Spark is literally him. He's co-stream with me, Backbone. That's who's talking right now. Am I coming back to Overwatch? I mean, I'm doing funny streaming and stuff. I might come back to competing if the right team comes looking for me down the line. We'll see. We will see. Why ban Winston instead of Bull? It's a good question. Maybe they want to save the Bull ban for a different map, and they just want to protect tank. I don't know. It's a really good question why you banned Winston and not Bull. Maybe they know Gen.G preferred to play Winston on this map, but Mag is also just happy to put up Bull. Welcome back, Xavier.
Just in time. So Torb Venture here on the defense, a greedy backline as well. We're seeing Crispy flex over here. So I think when I spoke to Crispy at the start of the season, he talked about how he needed to expand his hero pool, and it was something he was going to focus on this season. Slam onto Mag, sets up that opening kill onto Zodials, and his spawn camp is going to be good for at least one here. No interest.
I'm once again zoned out again for actually the exact same reason as last time. I was gonna. You know, Juby said that they wanted to pred in my chat, and then I modded them, and I realized that doing that means they can't pred, so I was going to apologize. But instead, I will lock into the Overwatch. Ice is over onto Sigma now, Ken onto the Torb. They're opting for a more bunker playstyle against a spammy type backline, which is a bit weird, because Mag is not going to die. I've seen in ranked games, people have been playing Ana into Ball and then taking the slowing perk for sleep. And it's actually quite good against Ball. It lets you kill him a lot more. So, yeah, maybe something to consider. I don't know. Yeah. They killed someone, I think.
Yeah, killed someone, get a bit of space as a result. They're going to reset up on this high ground. And the nice thing for for Peps, rather, is they can keep forcing point. They do catch that rock onto Mag. That's going to make him low right now. We'll be sitting up in Zodia with another good opening pick. Now they can keep this payload rolling, and all of a sudden, without that Discord, the dives are a lot less scary. Mag is just more of a drive-by, a scenic view of everything that's going on right now. Top Dragon is underneath stalling point, should be able to get out. Mag's going to come in for a slam during that, and you can see just the disruption, the venture, then the ball, they're dealing with so many things. They trade Top Dragon at least. Spawn advantage still as well as they're going to clear this turret. Looking for a chance to try and clear this Torb. Another slam comes through. Window on the high ground through from Kaneo right now. They managed to de-peek it quite effectively. Window has been used during all of this. Kaneo hoping for a shot. Transcendence comes through. Keeps Kaneo alive through it. No, they kill through in the end. Nicely
That was
played.
a good time shot by Zodiel.
Catches him, so they get just the max burst damage to kill him through that Transcendence. Now Sauna has been cleared out of this one as well. Getting forced all the way back. Sauna is now stuck in a very difficult situation between a Disruptor shot and Sigma, but they turn away from him for a second. Top Dragon comes to help out, but it's going to cost him his life. Trying to respond right now. Has Matrix as Ice, so should be okay. Trying to deal with this Torb. Mag has got one kill in the back, but Ice is just walking around. Ray on point should really seal the deal. Maybe even overkill if anything, but I guess they've still got to swing through high ground. Mag is still full health. Didn't get loads of value out of that. Mag is still in, slamming around. Top Dragon has Tectonic Shock coming back. He died early, but they just lost Crispy again. Now the Tectonic Shock. Top Dragon wants to try and turn it, but the Rocket's good again. Top Dragon forced underground. Still trying to make these kills work. Disruptor shot, blocking it. FD God is so low, but doesn't fall. Doesn't want to have to use this rally, I don't think, but he might have to. Molten Core comes out in response now from both Torbs, actually. Takes down the turret. Ice is still trying to force point in. They've C9 through all of it. Ice is going to die, actually. Took a lot of damage from that Molten Core to get the cap, but worth it every time. And even though they might go on to win this fight eventually, Gen.G, it's going to be the cap going through for Peps.
Yeah, bit of a scrappy one, but I think both teams are fairly happy. Peps are happy to not get full held, and Gen.G are quite happy that they got a decent amount of time off clock on first. Second is, I think, arguably where this comp is at its best. Once you get control on this first half, this fight will be a bit rough because you're kind of retaking the space a bit. But once you have the space on the second point on this map's end, you're gonna be loving life.
Now walking through, we have Mag holding top left right now. Crispy nearly up to another Transcendence here. Top Dragon's going to go get himself underground. Try and set up for a little bit here. Ice has for Flux though, which is a great way to clear high ground, but Zodiel gets caught as they go in. Transcendence has been forced by this Flux. Ice will regroup on point, but no real gain of position here. Look at Peps. They're all bunkered up, just trying to live on the right-hand side right now. Big boot from Mag. Lots of damage on that. He has mines. A full map flip from Team Peps, but is their position really any better? Just a different low ground, and Mag's going to get a big slam onto the Torb right now. Obliterated as Ken. Everyone shoots him down. And now Team Peps, I think they're just trying to get back out. Back to a different low ground now. Same problem though. Another slam from Mag. Zirion's a little bit separated now. Getting forced out. FD God and Zirion very out in the wars. And Ray comes out from Zirion. Doesn't save FD but saves everyone else. And they are still just stuck eternally on this low ground. The nature of a sig comp on the attack here. And they just get picked apart by Gen.G.
Apparently there's an overclock, Jax. I think there's a fundamental problem with Peps comp. Is that you're not going to be able to push point. You don't even really have better spam. And then every single one of these rotates, you're going to have a ball. You're going to have a venture. Both of these characters can do things to you that will result in your death imminently. Whether it's a one-shot by venture or just a slam by ball into like follow-up from a Torwell's end shot. So I'm a bit confused what Peps are trying to do with their comp. They're never going to be able to meet Kaneo Crispy. If they manage to do that, it means that Top Dragon and Mag have failed on 2 or 3 rotations, and that they haven't just been spammed. So I'm a bit confused on what they're trying.
Alright, hang time slam at the choke. Mind's there completely isolate Ice right now. Ice still trying to hold on. Thank you, Nymph, for the gifted community sub. 2 of them as well, in fact. Now get yourself a Rainy Day Tracer perk. Molten Core Tectonic Shock traded out of a choke. No, wait, they really don't want to let them out of this choke. That's the third. Oh, they've used that choke. Has separated them. But the Rock Rally trade. Ice and FD God, they found the pick. Now, finally, they can start to take a little bit of space right now. Maybe even clear high ground. Sauna not quite pushed off. And Kanale finds the trade onto Zerion. Big trade right now. I think Sauna's going to live. Mag's going to live. And the retake here from Gen.G looks really viable.
Yeah, suddenly they've got all the angles again because they haven't died, you know. So we're in a low ground again for Team Peps. You've got the Molten Core on point, but Ice is just gonna get discorded and chunked, and Kaneo is just up here.
Wait.
Fish in a barrel.
Looking for it. Lamp on point to try and save top Dragon. Flux comes through. Doesn't save him. Ken has got a second Molten Core kill. Ice has killed one of the low ground. And despite that, the Fish have got themselves out of the barrel. Mag is on point right now, but it's just desperation. And Team Peps, just in the nick of time, finished second.
I believe it was Charles Darwin that said, if you need to get a fish out of a barrel, just fly. Just fly. And that's exactly what Ice did. He flew up. Ken's come just did so much as well. Finished off 2 kills. And yeah, suddenly we're on third, and yeah, I mean, I don't know if I like this matchup more or less on this point. It's a long straight line, but
worse for Ball, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of cover, and it's hard for Ball and Venture to get in themselves. So maybe we're looking at a really possible full cap here.
Thank you, Twisted Umbrella, as well for the 2 gifted. Rainy Day Tracer skin for you as well. You know what they say, when it rains, it pours, apparently. Double support ult for Gen.G here, but it's Zodiel who kicks it off right now. Window in response from Kanale. Not really stopping him peeking that much, because Zodiel's just above it, and Kanale is going to... Luckily, he has the Moon Boots. That's not the real name of it, but you know what I mean. Gives him a little dash at the end of his jump, so Kanale gets out of that one. Transcendent still forced right now. Will be forced to walk away back. Mag has the mines ready to keep going, but Ice is just stealing meters while all of this goes on. Top Dragon going to try and get out of this one. It's a scary drill dash out. FD God considers chasing him, but changes his mind. Will rally on point instead. Stabilization and moving forward. Mag has another mines ready to go, but needs a little bit of time to set it up right now. FD God is looking for more right now. Just on top of it. Top Dragon stalling out point, but he is trapped alone. He's used for Tectonic Shock. Will get faster perks, but not fast enough. Now, the lamp just about saves everyone, but Ice is going to drop down and finish with the kills regardless. And Peps looking like a full cap.
Yeah. It's like we said, it's hard for the Ball and Venture angles. Mine's on point though.
Oh, wait.
Could buy enough time here. Could make this difficult.
Top Dragon on Venture too.
For Ken.
Yeah, he's going to come back. He can take over the touch for a while here, so this allows Mag to go for a hang time slam on the back. They lose Crispy on the way in. Top Dragon is low, can't get underneath. Mag needs to take over the touch. Boop onto it. Knale's found a trade as well. Molten Core on point right now. Buying a lot of value here from Ken, but they can't finish the kills. Knale's got a second one in the back. Ice is there. This Ball is booping them into the combo. Get out of it, Ice! Still walking forward.
God.
And they do get it over the line.
Ice missed a shot on Kanale, and then Kanale killed the fucking Juno because of it. That could have been a rough way to lose that. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can't be on the low ground when the entire point is effectively low ground, you know? Then you're just on the ground.
You're just on the ground. Wrong cum, you're right, guys. He was actually safe in that cum. Yeah, I just... Sometimes, you know, when you're in the woods, it all looks the same, you know, when you're in the firing line. Thank you, TVNT, for a gift as well. To Ziad! There we go. A little bit of tank love between them there. Different teams, but still friends. Here we go. First, here's an unrelated first-time chat question. That's actually for you. Do you follow a Prem team? United like X or maybe City like Chris? Chris doesn't follow City. We're both United fans. We're both United fans, me and Chris.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, alright. You're a fucking United fan, mate. Don't talk to me. I'm already coming to a United fan's wedding, so I can object.
What? None of you know how a wedding works. None of these things are relevant.
The minister guy will say, does anyone object? I'll go yes, and then you're legally not allowed to get married. That's how it works.
Thank you, TVNT, for the second gift. Rainy Day Tracer skin for you, TVNT. Now on to Skyle. Showing the love. Alright. Now the attack for Gen.G. Full cap on Route 66 is nothing to be sniffed at, though.
Pylon into the turret.
There we go.
Okay, so you gotta go for the Alari instead of the Zen on the attack, because it's a bit better at taking the space while still keeping, I guess, the fundamentals of the comp similar.
Yeah, similar idea, but a bit more durable, less squishy. Mag doesn't get anything on that initial slam, back onto the high ground for Zodial, and instead of a spawn hold here, Peps are just going to opt to hold the good corner, essentially. And they see U-bend as a very tricky turn, but a bit easier with a ball. All those problems we talked about on Peps' attack, about being stuck to the low ground, etc. Not as much of a problem here with the Venture and Ball combo from Gen.G to try and dive that high ground while they swing the corner. For now, though, just slow and steady, taking a long poke fight as they wait for Top Dragon and Mag to get into position. And they're in position. Boop off onto the high ground. Slam comes through. Doesn't find anything, but they get good damage and force Ice back. And now Top Dragon and Mag going to try and set up for another one.
Ooh,
literally one. Literally one. He's got pocket. No, not enough. Ice catches him. Mag is behind right now, but this is going to slow Gen.G down to no end. You see Ice and Ken right now walking up, getting more kills. They take care of Crispy. Mag comes back, looking to try and get a boop in for a late trade. But Ice is going to take all the space, looking for a late trade if he can. Doesn't have accretion, and I think probably is just going to be backing it up to this next choke. Now it's going to be Mag with the hazard swap.
Yeah, it's actually a really rough one for Gen.G. Their backline can't walk without meeting a sig, but their tank Venture flank isn't really going to get a kill on its own without the support of its front line. So they need to find an answer to dislodge Ice, and Hazard might just be it.
You can see him now. They've got an angle with Top Dragon underneath, trying to force Ice back. Window to clear more space. Matrix has been used, but Mag will use that to take it. Knale get a lamp just to peek. This invites for Flux, though. Flux catches Mag. Mag is dead. No lamp for that. Really a poor choice from Knale, ultimately. Should have expected that Flux coming, using the lamp just to keep peeking the window. Greedy for the damage, and they will be forced back one more time. Every other ult is now online for Peps as well, so this hold is starting to look pretty good for them.
I mean, it's effectively like resetting the ult economy there. You've had a tank swap, and then you've just used a tank ult only to win. So it's 4v4. I mean, Top Dragon is nowhere near this whatever the Venture ult's called yet. There you go. Because he just can't get on anything. There's no way he can. He just gets moved away, kited away. Early Bob from Zodial. I'm not entirely sure on what. It looks like it's Chunky Mag. Top Dragon's been cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just another reset for Gen.G.
They're essentially using the Bob almost just to zone the backline there, but Sora's actually good for a pick onto Zirion while they swing for this. They got the trades here, and Zirion obviously has the speed ring to help get back a little bit quicker, so not the end of the world for Peps here. They've still got all their big ults as well. Molten Core, Ray, Rally, all good for holding this. Really, if I'm Gen.G, probably the Captive Sun is the best looking ult to try and crack this one open.
Yeah. It's going to be so rough to use, though, because you've just got this Ash shooting back at you.
Oh, wait, he did
only
get
gets Zodial.
I don't think he got the trigger either, so Zodiac will just be fine after this. At least Crispy now has the high ground value. Bob on the other side is getting melted by Ken's Molten Core. You can see actually Top Dragon's going for a big flank right now. Might walk into FD God here. FD God is trying to mark that flank. Ice has killed Mag on point during all of this as well. And this Ray is just overwhelmed Mag and really limited impact. Crispy is good for a trade onto Zodiac as well. Will die himself for that one. And we're down to the final 30 seconds right now. And Gen.G are looking like they're really struggling.
Yeah, I mean, this Alari pick is just never going to get any value. You can't take an angle. He's finally swapped onto the brick. I think this is a good pick, because suddenly Ice actually has to be scared. Top Dragon is still behind. He's got the ult. Swap over to Kiri and Sojin instead. Maybe you're going to try and take the right side together. Top Dragon's going to go up to the high ground. Back to brick. Okay, lots of arguments. Let's see what fucking happens.
Keep him guessing. Tectonic shock from behind to start it. Zodial has for Sidewinder, so he is sky high with that shift. Nice and safe from it here. Zodial has 2 charges left of his ult. Just wants to try and burn him, but a rally drop. Good punish by FD God. Top Dragon 40 was safe, but FD God is there for the punish. They get that 1 kill. Window is there. Downpour comes out. Does it catch anyone? Yes, onto the high ground. Zirion is caught. Pack comes his way, but he will get pocketed through this. Mag can't convert the kill, and Zirion just fly into his face, but Zirion's gonna die. The hazard is still scary. Ken will respond right now. And I think Ken is good for the cleanup here, yeah? Now touch onto point. Top Dragon has his recall force. Kaneo was going for the high ground, but they can't get another touch. And that's a full hold for Peps.
Top Dragon didn't even get a perk. He did so little that round.
Perkless?
Just the 1 ult, no perks. Absolutely perkless. I think the brick swap is what you had to do to play that comp. If Gen.G wanted to play the Bull Venture, take angle, go for backline, you need a hero that lets you walk onto the stick. Because this stick is under no pressure against Bapilari, Sojin, Ash, or whatever it was. I don't remember which shit scan it was. There's just no pressure. He just sits there with his shield, he pokes you out. If he hits the rock, he'll get the kill even. Whereas at least with the brick there, you can get some good damage on him through his shield. When you get the rally, there's real kill threat on him. thought of it maybe a bit too late there. Is Krusty the Gen.G coach?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be screaming about that one, I'm sure. Yeah, on the head,
So
on your fucking head.
So good.
Yeah, that's actually. Wait, is that why he died? I thought it was a Zodial shot. Was that the Zodial
it's
shot?
both. It's both. Zodial hits him as well, but he gets him like on his head, so it also like I don't know exactly how much of it is would he have died anyway if Zodial hits the shot at the same time, but yeah. I saw a GG's in chat from Smasher and all that as well. GG Smash. VP still on top. Now it should secure him first as well, I think, with the head-to-head win over Gen.G as well.
That's what the caster said, yeah. Like it's guaranteed first. I also think I think Top Dragon's got his perks on Venture. The fact that the 25% extra range is obviously fucking good, right? But getting 30 extra shield on every burrow and 30 extra shield with the melee, it lets you play so independent. I think the minor perk is whatever. Wall hacks versus like CD reduction in ult, I don't think matters. But
I think it's a little bit what you're playing versus as well, right? In terms of,
oh yeah, for sure.
If you're playing these side fights all the time, where you're maybe like Lucio Venture or something versus Gen.G Lucio, maybe the range perk actually does like loads in that, you know, because the Genji's just not quite as safe as he was. You win on these like 1v1s. But when you're doing essentially what Checkmate was doing against Virtus Pro in lots of situations, you know, where you're having to play this sort of independent
playing alone,
role, then actually maybe the wall hacks really helps you there, and the extra shield just gets you out of a few of these situations, you know?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's a bug, to be fair, because it doesn't say on the perk that you get it for Burrow.
It's just for Clobber, I think you're meant to get it, right?
Yeah, it says it for Clobber, but I'm 90% sure you get it for both. Right? I've been told it, and I think I tested it, and it was true. If you don't, then I think the range
apparently
is
they
definitely
just patched it. They've already patched it.
It just patched it? Oh, okay.
Let's get the scoreboard up as well.
And then the range is almost certainly better, honestly, then.
Yeah.
Then again, you do melee a lot of the time. I don't know. Who knows? Suravasa. A lot of Suravasa today.
Alright, looking at the numbers. Seems like, I mean, undoubtedly, when it was a full hold, right, so you expect Peps to look better, but 22 and 3 for Ken. 22 and 3 for Ice and all of that as well. 11 deaths for Top Dragon. Maybe a little bit of talking about his lack of impact, especially on that attack, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he did nothing on the attack. I mean, honestly, no one did anything on the attack. That was the problem. Mag didn't do anything even on the hazard. Top Dragon didn't get any value. The backline of Gen.G never actually got to walk forward. I'm surprised they didn't try and go above at one point. That could have been an answer at least, you know? If you can walk up top and the Sig doesn't meet you, and if the Sig does meet you, then you drop main and Alari swings right, you know? At least you're through choke. But you can't just 3-man walk into a Sigma. It's just so bad. It's so bad.
Credit Gen.G on my stream and Peps on Backbone stream so you never lose. Now you're thinking something. That's actually original Chris theory on never losing it. Never losing. I bet. What does Gen.G do in a hit scan meta? Sort of will just cop it, you know? We've seen Top Dragon play a little bit as well, right? Like, it's definitely... I
think Sona's got, like, a more than serviceable hit scan.
Like,
I think they usually want to...
especially, at least, yeah.
Yeah, they usually want to keep Top Dragon on the flex DPS over Sona, which I think is fair, because he's probably better at most of the heroes than Sona is.
You know what has also, I think, helped a lot for teams like Gen.G in these situations? The fact that Torb is just so viable. Like, not so much this week, but you know when we just see, like, Gen.G Torb? I was like, suddenly, if you don't have a hit scan player, but one of your hit scan is just playing Torb, it's really fine. You know, it's not actually a huge difference all of a sudden, or the same it would maybe be if this was like a Widow Jewel or an Ash Jewel or something. So, alright, Gen.G with the Brig ban and the Suravasa pick, Tracer ban in response from Peps here.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of trouble with Sona's Tracer on map 1, to be fair. He was getting more value than he probably should have been allowed to. Living when he shouldn't as well.
Captain Prash has granted the India buff to Gen.G. So.
Oh, boring.
Uphill battle.
Diva from Mag.
Diva from Mag. Yeah, not a hero we've seen him play, but not super successfully.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is a first point thing. Ball does not feel super fun here, I feel, you know? I mean, maybe it's fun. You've got a lot of health packs to go to, but it is basically just a straight line for the most part.
I don't know. I feel like the ball would have been really fine here. I don't know if they were maybe expecting something else on rollout.
Maybe,
Either way here, Team Peps with the Junker Queen, but I think they kind of lose. Do they lose the spam fight? Kind of. Like, Zodiel's got more pick potential, but I feel like
Zodiel's
really
Ice,
Ice can't stay on point here. Like Queen versus the Diva and Wolf of Matrix. TP in from Sora is just a fake though. Buys a little bit of time. They've got that opening flip and they do win the spam fight for now. But Zodiel will keep getting chances. Ice is going to try and walk forward. Shout comes out, gets pressure on, but a torpedo swing from Kaneo gets the real damage done.
How has that happened?
I don't know. Like, I guess this torpedo swing just catches everyone on point as they come through. It's going to be easy clean up in the end for Gen.G, but it didn't feel like they had to work all that hard for it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Pep's a bit too slow to take the space that they're owed there. You know, like Zodiel, I like to see him try to take high
sorry,
ground
GB,
earlier.
I missed that one too. Thank you.
Play above them, make it difficult. Because, you know, you only really have to worry about sim spam. The Venture's not going to be doing any spam that far away. A hazard swap now, I don't dislike it against what's on board, and I do dislike Queen, so I'm very happy with this.
He hates Queen. Significant Ray advantage for Kaneo right now as well. So Gen.G, as soon as they get this opportunity, might just turn the corner with that. They should be very aware of it. Maybe they don't even need it, because Ice is in all sorts of trouble. They TP to try and save him. Crispy nearly dies for that punish as well. Ice is still very much on the back foot here, but Zirian just about able to save him from it. Have to touch really quickly. The Team Peps, they're still battered and bruised. And now that Ray comes out, should be the finishing job. And I think they're just going to accept their fate and just go, okay, you can have the point. Mag's gonna, Ice is going to dive on one more time, but easy clean up for Mag, and they are okay.
Oh, Mag gets his first perk online right as it ends. Yeah, I mean, beam for the whole point. 4 ults going into next. You're pretty happy with that, I think.
Yeah, it worked out really nicely. I mean, you can see the idea from Gen.G, right? Ban Brig, go Diva, but you really feel like if I'm talking about Mag Diva versus Ice Diva, Ice should have advantage, but we're still in the hazard version of the matchup right now, and Gen.G in a situation where they've still got 4 ults in the back pocket. A lot of these ults very good for just forcing this point as well, so a difficult fight for Peps. Might need to be a little bit of forward, a little bit of go back in all of this. But now they take a bit of space. Tectonic Shock is going to be forced out. Peps are going to take the back step as well. Sauna used the wall actually as well. So both ults for the same job here, and Gen.G will get the first flip, but Peps are going to kite and a 1-for-2 trade fair.
Yeah, not too happy with that stacking. Ice is going to retake space. They're going to retake space as a 4-man. And suddenly, Kitsune down on point. You're going to have to beat to respond or kite it.
They're trying to kite it right now. Mag is going to be forced to self-destruct. It's a Poco Bomb. It's in the sky.
Ice
on
is
the
in.
point, though. Ice is stuck in. They need to help him out. FD God has the beat if he gets in real trouble. Crispy's going to respond first. Not in time to save Sauna, though. Beat from FD on the other hand. And, oh, the extra boot! Little helping hand off the edge there. Just goes horizontal. Some kind of comedy hook off the side of a map there coming out and yanking him across. And that's going to be a good retake in the end from Peps off the back of that one.
Yeah, Ken swapped over to the Torb as well, which is just going to make the spam even more likely to just take a head off. Kiri saw some Torb spam down this corridor. Sauna's actually going to mirror it, swap away from the sim. I think is fair, honestly. You're going to struggle to get your beam up in this comp. Torb's just going to be easier, safer value
as well.
Yeah, that was a long ass boot.
Yeah,
like, I know the buff is a thing, but that felt too far. Even.
That's why they call it the base blowout, mate. You got blown out. Yeah.
Okay.
Kaneo already has a Ray ready to go right now. Ice has the downpour though, so can look for a punish with this downpour as that comes in. For now, just trying to fight the side space. Burrow underneath as they try and take a little bit of this. If they're trying to get it for free, now the Ray comes in from Ice, looking for maybe an opportunity. It's a disengage from Peps. Suzu out as well. It's just a full team disengage. Don't mind that at all from Peps. Nice and clean. They have Molten Core, Kitsune Rush, and Downpour coming back. So Gen.G, they need to do something here. They actually need to play quickly or for their own disengage. But their choice is maybe aggression. Top Dragon's in behind right now. Molten Core is everywhere as they try and flip the point back in their favor, Team Peps. Use Kitsune Rush as well. So maybe guilt of stacking the ults. They've lost Zodiel on the way in. So 4v4 situation. They want to try and get a few more kills here, Peps, but they don't actually find anything. And all of a sudden, Gen.G are about to have their ults, DPS ults online for this.
Yeah, FD is gapping Crispy though. He's like 20% plus ahead. Just not too bad. Somehow Ice is 1 though. So early point pressure. Maybe even the flip is going to go over to Gen.G here. Beat push from FD.
Downpour
with the downpour. Catches Sauna. Mag is trying to peel. Can't get anything. Ken might fall. He does, but Mag is 1. Is he going to invest the bomb into this? He is. Kaneo gets caught. Oh my god, Ice nearly throws the game.
Yeah, I know, just walking into it. Don't walk into the light, Ice. It's not worth it. The fight's okay.
It's okay, he did it so Zirion could farm.
Big picture. Really like that actually from Team Peps. The beat push comes in, forces a step back from Gen.G. They use their defensive cooldowns to try and survive it. And then that means all of a sudden no one has the cooldowns to dodge the downpour from Ice. Get a nice little bit of cleanup right now, tied up 1-1. Going to be Zodial with the overclock here. And they're actually going aggressively. They've just caught Kaneo. That wasn't even the overclock. Turret on the wall, on the ceiling. They will clear that one. But player advantage, no main source of healing from Gen.G. Top Dragon's going to get caught as well. And this is bad to worse for Gen.G right now.
Very good from Peps. Yeah, obviously Zodial with the individual brilliance to get the pick, but you know, it was a team effort to push through and make the space and look for the kill. Even if he didn't hit that dink, it probably was coming because Gen.G were quite split. I mean, Gen.G have a lot of ults, but Peps have just won a free fight. And they have the point control on the comp that's easy to get random picks, I feel.
Yeah, early overclock from Zodial. Expect this to be followed up with a disengaged slide into the wall from Zodial. Luckily, he gets a second attempt at it, so he will be long gone on that one. Top Dragon's trying to catch someone. Kitsune rush back from Zerion, but here's the Ray from Kaneo. So they still need to play it a little bit carefully here. Peps have they caught Crispy in all of this. 1-for-1 trade right now. Kaneo still trying to get to the use of this Ray. Zodial is forced all the way out very low. Ice trying to find some of these isolated players. The turret on point is causing him problems. Ice needs a bit of help right now. Goes for the slash. Slash is denied a little bit there. Body blocked. Can't find the connect onto the tool, which is what he really wanted. Top Dragon is underground right now, and Zerion actually catches Sauna and Zodial Zerion, and I think FD God's with him as well. Do stabilize on point here. No success for Gen.G after all those ults.
Yeah, I mean, Ice died, but he got so much space and value up for early recontest here from Gen.G. They've got the tank advantage and they know it. They're going to get the early flip. Ice is going to be able to touch.
Good touch.
We're probably going to see a Molten Core come out here in a sec. Mag is chunked beyond belief. It's actually going to be the Molten Core first from Ken.
They keep it contested as well. They have to touch. They have to touch through this Molten Core. They have to go Gen.G. They have no ults.
My God.
Top Dragon's going to die on the way in for that one. No touch, and Peps take the lead on Suravasa.
Ken might have the most kills with Molten Core I've ever seen in the series by the end of this one, because somehow every single one, someone's just dying to it. Every single one.
Yeah.
Top Dragon's going to swap over to the Pharah. It's an interesting swap. There's no Diva DM on the side of Pep, so I see the vision. Mag is going to swap to the Ram, try and slow it down a bit as well.
I think reasonable now. Now all of a sudden Gen.G can play through points a lot more in these situations. But the main problem for Gen.G is, one, this bloody turret is in the skybox. You can see poor old Crispy doing his absolute best to try and clear it. Will be able to take it down. And now over towards point. Slow comes out from Mag, doesn't catch all that much here. Now the Kitsune Rush comes in, disengages the choice for Gen.G, kind of their only choice with the ults. They get 1 for free. Honestly, Gen.G, they might have to do that one more time as well against this beat and downpour if they can. Last time we saw Peps chain these together, beat, push, downpour to finish. Top Dragon has cleared the turret from the ceiling right now. They're going to try and swing with this speed ring right now. Whoa! Scary one from FD. God does get the beat and the downpour out. The downpour has caught a lot, actually. Mag is locked in there. Sauna will die. Ice has traded, though. Not a great trade off those two ults from Team Peps. Now they are forced all the way back, and Gen.G will win this fight, I think. Get the flip, and they didn't have to use any ults for it right now. They doubled down looking for trades. Kaneo will just take that back step, allow Mag to get all the cleanup there, and Gen.G, this is a huge swing in the ult economy here.
Yeah, it actually ends up being really ugly. They stacked them the first time, and I thought it was, you know, potentially a bit too much too quickly, and it wasn't intentional, but then they've gone and done it again. Ken's going to swap to Echo. X is going to pop open a crisp can of Coke. Ice over to Diva now. Makes sense. You know, they're on the Pharah, they're on the Ram. Play wide, play slow. Zodial's going to find Top Dragon on the way in. Yeah, he's going to pop the clock too.
Yeah, Bully and Mag in the corner right now. Crispy's going to beat back, but it's a one-person beat. Where is our beat? Nobody else got it. What on earth happened? Disaster beat for Gen.G, and just as the ult economy starts to go back in their favour, it all goes away. Kaneo's using the Ray to try and save Mag, but Mag needs a lot of help. Has the Annihilation to keep going, and Peps, they've worked in a disengage after that as well. Top Dragon is back. Zodial will clear him out. He's got the double slide as well. Barrage comes out, but another slide, so Zodial gets out. Too many slides to keep track of for Top Dragon, and the Barrage gets nothing. Beautiful kites from Team Peps here. Kitsune Rush repush. They gain control of a point again. Team Peps have given themselves a chance to finish it. They win this next fight, they win the map.
I'm really impressed with Ice for the disengage there. Everyone else was a lot more ready for it than him, but he was very far in there, but he still had the discipline to turn around. Gen.G are going to have, you know, a rough touch here. It's a 1-5 situation. They've got the ult advantage, but they've got to walk through a rough comp, honestly, to get in. You can see their HP bars dropping as they're coming out of choke.
Molten Core to Force Point if they want Annihilation, if they get in trouble. Gen.G, they have to win this one. TP force out onto Zerion. They're going to start swinging. Team Peps, maybe just going to disengage this Molten Core a little bit if they can. Concede for flip. Try and buy as much time as they can. They still have the Annihilation, but Zodial's good for the pick again. Mag has pulled the Annihilation. They need more kills off this, but Mag can't find all that much. Onto Ken. Boop is really annoying. Can't finish that kill. Zodial's good for another pick. Beat push now from FD God, and they might just finish it here and now. All of a sudden, Peps have all the ults. Overclock is good from Zodial, looking for an opportunity. Slide in, and Kaneo has accepted his fate. And Zodial will make sure he knows Peps won that map.
Thank you for blessing me, chat. Yeah, I mean, that was Zodial on that last point. Real hero plays from him. Peps just played pretty well across the board that map, honestly. First point obviously didn't go their way, but after that, when the comp swaps came out and it all settled a little bit, pretty clean.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Yoshim, as well, for the tier 1. Very much appreciated. And yeah, I mean, as well, Peps are winning. We talked about Zodial maybe being a bit of an X factor for Peps when he's available to play here, but mostly what Peps are winning through is good disengages, good macro, good team play here. Zodial is hitting them a lot of opening picks as well, and that can go a long way. But I don't want to take away from Team Peps of play. This is, I think, a really pretty high quality performance from a Monatsa Ravasa.
Yeah, I mean, that disengage from the beam, like I touched on a bit at the time, if I'm iced there, you know, obviously I'm a greedy player. I want kills. I'm not wanting to go out, but you know, his team has to. It's the only option they have. So he has the discipline to do it. He turns around, they get the clean disengage, and then they get to just walk back in after. You know, like it's just so free.
All right, looking at the numbers right. Looking at the numbers right now. I missed it. It's all right. I'm looking at the numbers.
You know what?
Go on.
Yeah, go on. No, okay, yeah, no, I will. You know when I said, oh, they probably would have caught him anyway? They were catching him anyway. Kaneo was in fucking no man's land.
Yeah.
He was nowhere near his team.
All right, looking at this one now, maybe Zodial's for numbers to key into straight away. 23 and 3 for him. Bit of a damage gap. I mean, again, maybe looking top of the deaths here, Sauna and Top Dragon both on 8. And maybe the biggest one is actually, we always talk about Top Dragon. Every team he's on, he is the main man. A little bit harder now. He's got a more quality team around him to just be the standout star. But it still looked pretty good this season. But so far, this series, one of the quietest performances I think we've seen from Top Dragon so far on Gen.G.
Yeah, it's not looking too comfortable for him on the venture. You know, obviously the root defense, I want to say, you know, it's easy to play venture when you have all the space already, but when you have to take it, it's a lot harder, and he's clearly struggling for that. What are you giggling at?
It's just everyone spamming the chat. I feel like low-key, the perks enable FD God's signature aggressive Lucio style that garnered him so much respect back on Paris. Low-key, I think perks are a huge factor to enable a bit of a Peps upswing. I'm being serious right now. And then everyone's copy and pasted it and highlighted the message.
Oh, where are you going now? If you're,
I mean, all the momentum is in Peps' favour, no?
Yeah.
I thought Gen.G would actually really roll him here, honestly.
You're not to be that guy again, but I thought these two things are pretty close. I think Gen.G is the team that's looked the best because of TM and TU struggling. Like I think they're the ones.
Reputation.
Yeah, exactly. I think VP's reputation has been very earned. I think they've been dominant. You know, I think OWCS has been good as well. But I think Gen.G has very much been the team that's benefited from the other teams looking worse.
I think if I think back to even when Gen.G beat OWCS, I want to say that was week 1, if I'm not just lying through my teeth. I'll fact check myself in all of this. But also OWCS have improved over time, basically, right? So now, oh no, it was 3-1 versus TM, and then Gen.G beat, where are they? Oh yeah, they beat OWCS 3-0 on week 2. But yeah, I know it's only been 2 weeks, but I feel like OWCS have come on leaps and bounds. Like last 100%. Week, they looked a lot better, and this week they look even better again, despite losing to VP earlier. So I think, sorry. Chat distracted me. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to lock in.
No, 100% though.
But yeah,
I fully agree with what you're saying.
Gen.G have maybe ended up in a situation, not through, this isn't like any fault of their own, but they just played teams when they've been struggling. And still, you still have to beat the team in front of you, etc., etc. Can't do anything but that. But maybe, yeah, there's sort of 2 teams in, or Gen.G may be in like a slightly overhyped situation potentially because of some of those wins.
Yeah, that's the narrative I'm going to create and push, because why not? It's funny.
Oh,
No,
from
but,
Toby here, wait, the numbers guy. This puts Peps second if they beat Sakura too. If they win this game and they win Sakura.
I mean, I think Peps is like the real dark horse team of this. I don't think, I'm not saying that in the sense that I think they can go on to win, right? Because I don't think they're that good to win. But I do think they're dark horse in the sense that I think they can beat any of the other teams on the right day. I think they've got a couple like really good players that are like kind of slept on. Like I think Ice is pretty good and quite flexible like, compared to most tank players in EU. I think Ken on Gen.G has been really, really good, especially the first few games. I know he struggled a bit on the tour at the start, but appears to have found his footing on that. Obviously, Zodial, maybe it's unfair to say Zodial is more of a upper, like, maybe it's unfair to say that he's, like, coming through at this point, because, you know, he's been coming through for a while now, if that's the case, but, yeah, he's obviously good, he's on, like, he's, like, on the outside looking in of being, like, an elite EU player, you know?
I actually completely agree with you, it's just chat is once again distracting me. Someone has responded. There seems to be a response to the previous copy and pasta. I think you vaguely have a point, but also FD's issue wasn't that he didn't have perks. It was that he was a fucking inter. If you catch him on a good day where he does an int and he's got his perks, yeah, he looks damn solid. Actually, honestly, chat, we talk about form, we talk about Gen.G maybe playing teams when they're out of form, we talk about Peps hitting form, we talk about OWCS's form improving, but today, you're actually in form, chat, so good on you.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Peps, they've got some good players, and they've actually like they've looked pretty good at times. So yeah, I mean, I'm 90% sure that in my pick'ems I credit Peps to win this game, and I'm feeling pretty validated right now because they're in the driving seat.
Once again, my Gen.G 3-0 seems really difficult from this point. Really.
I mean, a man can dream. If they get banned, does it count as a 3-0? Like if Peps got banned because
of a result has been rescinded. So, does anyone have any evidence that anyone is cheating on Peps that I could maybe send over right now for the sake of a pick'ems result? I actually used to think Ken cheated. Back in the day, I used to think Ken was a cheater. Ooh.
Do you remember when Avoided got second?
Painfully so. That was some of the hardest games of my career against Avoided.
Do you remember how fucking good Ken was for that month for zero reason? Like, he was just unironically insane for no reason.
Everyone's saying Zodiac on performance-enhancing drugs for his injury.
yeah, this tendonitis is actually him going to take some more drugs.
The oldest trick in the book.
Okay, we're seeing the hazard again. Sauna TP'd out, so Doom, get off Doom. It's not good. I don't care. I don't care what the scrim mill is saying. I refuse to believe this hero is real.
I don't know. Once he gets that level 3 perk, he's getting a lot of punches. As for perk, you know...
And he's dead. And he's dead.
This is... Come on, Mag, mate. I was trying to help you out here with this one here. I was trying to sell some sort of scrim bucks here. You're not doing a lot for the market. The market isn't looking good right now. Thank you,
Tell me I'm not just the GOAT. I just know. I just know. I know it all.
This is why he's the thinker. Fuck.
Alright, Echo. Echo's an interesting pick. I think Echo's one of those heroes where they're not weak, but maybe other things are stronger. But I think it's traditionally a good top dragon hero from what I remember as well, so I'm not surprised to see him out here. And we are on Sauna Hitscan as well.
Sauna Hitscan here up against Zodial. Zodial's been pretty good for it so far today. Top Dragon is in. That beam is not going to do enough damage. Mag is good for one trait out of all of it, but player advantage still no main source of healing as well. So can maybe turn it into a bit of scrap Gen.G, or they might just try and get out with their players alive. They find FD God, and what is Zerion and Ice doing? It feels like there was a fight going on, but Ken and FD God have just been left out to dry now. Ice responds. Pressure now onto Zerion, forcing him back, trying to stabilize it. It's just a bit of a tit for tat right now. Kills being traded back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to favour Team Peps. They've got the slight lead. They've probably got, I mean, both teams are similarly fast. Mag is going to die again. Okay,
nope, he's got big.
Corner swapped over to the Tracer now, giving up on the hit scan after one fight. That's literally me on Sojin. Kitsune out way earlier for Zero hit. He doesn't even need it before Top Dragon falls. Same frame, so I'll allow it. Zodi will find Sauna as well. It's just going to be another wipe and another one for Peps.
Just wait until we get to that Doom third perk, though. Wait till we get to that Doom third perk. And then we're talking.
Yeah, we'll be 120 meters down.
Keep it below 100 meters by the time we get to the tier 3 perk. And then we got to right where we want them. Okay, Team Peps right now at a bit of an ult disadvantage here as they used that Kitsune rush in the previous one, but they are pushing for cap. Sauna's going to get forced out a little bit right now. Mag is going to try and respond. Downpour comes out right as well. Suzu doesn't save Mag. Mag's going to die to that one. Forced all the way back. Trading more kills right now. Top Dragon's good for one actually in response to that. I don't think Ice can actually catch any more players, so they'll get checkpoint, gain a few more meters, but they have to wait for Ken until they take a proper fight here, Team Peps.
Yeah, Doom ult is going to be the last ult to come online. It finally gets it, presumably with the perk as well. We've got the Doom ult copy beat for Gen.G. They've got the ult advantage here. Although Team Peps, they're coming up on the beat. They've got the DPS ults, and they've got this insanely strong high ground to sit back and play on. And it's going to be impossible to kill Ice on this point. You can't clear this hazard.
No, so difficult. Top Dragon's going for a big flank. Has the copy available as well. Ken doesn't see him coming. Top Dragon doesn't hit everything though. Copies for Gen.G. Deflects for Rail actually, so Top Dragon going for more. Zodio was invested. The overclock beat will get forced out as well. So a backslide now from Zodio, but Zerion not so lucky to survive. Sauna is hunting him down. Copy for Top Dragon. It's not going to get to Blade, but they have got Ice in a right pickle, and they do win the fight off the back of that flank. Had to invest for beat and everything for it as well. But convert your ult advantage, win the low ground to high ground fight. Really happy, and Sauna's even looking for a late kill. Gets it onto Zodial right now.
Yeah, that late pick is rough. You got to look at FD not having to beat that fight to answer as probably the biggest issue. Like, it's always rough to win these long drawn out fights when there's beat advantage one way. Mag's still holding onto this Doom ult. Sauna with the pulse, Ken with the blade. This Peps comp doesn't really struggle with like the high ground. They can get their characters up there quite easily. Yeah, and Zodiac's just going to get a shot and be able to walk out here soon. Mag's getting chunked early. Kanale too.
Thank you, SYX, for the 2 community gifted. It's a rainy day tracer for you. Meteor Strike comes out. Beat in response from FD God. Now the Blade. Cops a bit of a punch on the way through right now. Trying to slice through Top Dragon. He's into the sky. Will get focused down still. Ken is good for one. Will manage to just about stay alive as well. Player advantage. Ice has killed Kanale in the meantime. Ken still looking for more, trying to deal with his Lucio, but Crispy trying to get out and play his life, but no escape from Zodial here. They regain control of the robot here, Peps, and they can start putting some more meters on the board very soon.
Mag on a separate wave as well, dies a second too late. Gonna get an extra few meters off that. Zerion has the slight Kitsune advantage by the time the fight starts, that's fine. This beat advantage should last for the majority of the game, assuming Crispy presses Q the first fight he gets it. So that'll be something to look out for. Yoshem, thank you for the community gifted sub. One more and you'll get your
Rainy Day
Tracer skin. Yeah, I nearly called it the SAS Tracer.
Kitsune Rush doing quite a lot here from Zerion. Ice doubles down trying to go in. It's a 2-for-2 trade right now. Zerion will get punched out of that one actually. So they do give a clean up here. And can we keep it below 100 meters? We've kept it below 100 meters. And Mag is now very close to perk 3. I told you guys this was the swing back right now. Kept it below 100 meters. Mag is about to get the third perk right now. Might be worth noting a lot of Doomfist went for the 1-2, which is where when you hit a rocket punch, you get the reload on your hand cannon. But Mag's actually gone survival of the fittest, which is the overhealth from eliminations. And Mag's overhealth is increased by 50, which is just like a buff to his passive in all of this, which maybe probably makes more sense in the long run.
Keeps himself alive more, right? That perk over the other one. The other one's more about doing damage, this one's more about staying alive. Alright. Top Dragon's actually gone over to the Sojourn now. We've had 3 people in the lobby play Sojourn this map now. Ken's mirroring the Tracer. Overclock is up for Zodial. We could see a push here. Gotta be careful of the beat reply from Crispy though.
Crispy's going to beat for it as well. A little bit delayed coming off. Kanale doesn't get the beat either, so Ice is able to find that kill. They're doubling down onto Zerion right now. Zodiac was backed all the way up with this overclock, but he is safe. And that beat not connecting onto Kanale has caused some real problems. Mag comes in for a punch, catches FD God, and hits for Meteor Strike. Mag's going to start it cooking, looking for the connect. Suzu has been forced back out onto the high ground. Punch doesn't connect this time, but Ice is on life support behind him. No life support to keep him alive, and they're cleaning it up. A good fight win in a scrappy situation there from Gen.G, despite a really bad start with that beat, not saving Kanale.
Yeah, I mean, you know, suddenly Gen.G, they're looking like they might have a way back into this. Ken's low, don't get staggered, please, mate. Peps have got double support up soon. They've got it before Gen.G do, but they do have Gen.G do have their DPS ults. They're going to give the cap over here. I think it's sensible. Don't int around the corner. You've got time. You've got meters to give, and you can put the onus back onto Gen.G to touch.
Sort of with Pulse Bomb top left right now. It's going to be Overclock from Top Dragon. He's gone on a long flank here, actually. Wall comes out. Beat response from FD God. Can they find anyone to punish? Looks like it's only Kanail and Mag, which might be hard kills to get right now. Sauna is pushing in. Pulse Bomb stick is good for him as well. Zodiel will fall. And they're very spread out right now, Gen.G. They're all quite low, but they kind of have us around if they can find a timing. They're trying to seal Robot away here, Peps, but they're caught in a crossfire. FD God's going to go down. Trades back and forth right now. So, again, we're on Pep's side of the map, remember, so the trades do favour them. Sauna will be forced back, gets all of these blinks back thanks to flashback as well. But Team Peps, they've done enough to stabilise here, and they still have Kitsune Rush downpour for all of this. If anything, it's actually, like, Kanail's going to invest right now. They want to take the fight right now. Pulse Bomb doesn't connect from Ken right now, so they're still taking this Kitsune Rush trade. Mag is now back, and Sauna has found FD God during all of this. Ice has thrown out the downpour, will catch for Lucio. Crispy gets taken down by that one. Now all over this Sojourn, but Top Dragon, he's in, he's out, he's sliding all about, and he's going to kill Ken. Ice is going to commit for it as well, but he's just got an infinite amount of slides. Top Dragon gets out of that one too. Zyrion's still good for a trade, but now Mag coming for this cleanup right now. We'll get a big power punch out of it, but I don't know if he can actually keep going right now.
You can't have a feel that Peps are probably pretty happy with that. Ult trades, like, sure you're still on your side of the map, but it's not looking too bad. Mag, the third perk, is giving him some power punches. Power punch. He's starting to get some kills. I still think the hero is shit. Zodiel's gonna have his ult coming up. He's probably gonna want to try and push through top right, but I don't think Gen.G will let him.
No, trying to retake through the high ground here. Mag looking for it. Oh, he crushes Ken with that one. I told you, just keep it under 100 meters, get to perk 3. Now going forward, another power punch, doing more. Got a third one as well. Trying to connect Ice. This one is not the best, but everything is enough. They've got enough space right now. Next fight is to take the lead here for Gen.G. They've got a lot of ults. Zodiel with the overclock out. Beat response. Meteor Strike coming in as well. 2 slides invested by Zodiel. Trying to get all the way out. Connects onto Sauna. So ready for that one, Zodiel. Crispy kill right now. Crispy, not the Gen.G Crispy, you know what I mean. Kitsune Rush back from Zirion right now, but Top Dragon has the overclock. He's good for one as well. Trying to take down Zodiel. Zodiel D-peaks. He's just going to go for damage, but as Zodiel's finding all the kills while he's D-peaks around here. And Team Peps, they hold on to the lead. It's down to 3 meters. There's only 30 seconds left, but it's all to play for now.
Absolute heroics from Zodiel. That pick on Sauna, even everything after, it was all needed. It was all game saving. I mean, suddenly it's going to be rough. Gen.G, they do have the Kitsune advantage. FD has the beat to reply. If someone can hit a good pulse, could come in handy here. Ice is really close to the downpour though.
Really close. He's been good value for it. And Zodiel, crucial pick again. He just steps up. We talked about the impact this guy can have for his team, and he is showing it here. Huge pick. We enter overtime to Gen.G. That was their ult offline as well. Top Dragon's going to dive in. Gen.G needs to find a way to win this fight. Beat from FD God. They just need kills. Dink onto Top Dragon. Crispy is low as well. Top Dragon gets finished off. They need an almighty clutch here, Gen.G. They need a massive pulse bomb. Downpour on point as well. But Robot is moving away. Torna is still there right now. Pulse bomb is wide as well. And this will be Team Peps taking it, a 3-1.
Insane. Zodiel, well done, mate.
Well done.
Well done to the rest of the Peps too, but for those last 2 fights, that Zodiel deciding he wants to win. Yeah, he can go take his day off tomorrow against Sakura, rest his wrist a bit, come back for playoffs. And if he keeps playing that strong, then, as I said before, Peps, they have the potential to punch up.
Yeah, huge. I mean, actually, and it wasn't just that last pick in that last fight there. It was, he got like 2 more kills after that pick onto Sauna as well. And it was happening all throughout Suravasa as well. You think their attack on Route 66, right? How many times would they maybe struggling at that corner on, say, Route first, and then, oh, what if Zodiel just got a pick? And then in the next fight, what if Zodiel just got a pick, you know? When your hitscan player can do that, it relieves so much pressure off some of these difficult retakes.
Yeah, it's just so, yeah, I mean, that clutch play where he kills Sauna, like, the Sauna kill enough is, like, the Sauna kill alone is enough for me to say, okay, he's done his part this fight, right? It's still a rough fight that you should lose, but then he goes and kills 3 more as well. It just hits everything. It just, so well done, honestly.
All right, loading up the numbers. It's a 24 and 4 for Zodiel in all of that. By far the best KD. Everything else looking
Ice is 22-4.
Oh, actually, yeah, true.
Yeah. I'm actually so happy to see Hazard again as well. I think people are underplaying Hazard quite a lot. Like, everyone found this like 12 sim comp, and everyone played an anti-Hazard comp for like 1 week, and people just decided that the hero was bad because of it.
Yeah.
You know, you can play it into the top still. You can't play if it's a full counter comp against you. Yeah, good from them, honestly. Again, Ice showing the flexibility too. Played the Sig on route, played the D.Va at times, played the Hazard.
Yeah, it looks good on all of it as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still not a Doom believer.
I mean,
I don't even care. I know once the perk came online, he started doing things.
I think as well, what I think the Doom perk is it is like, it's not just like, oh, this hero's really good, everyone can carry. It's like 100% at a certain point, Donghack's just gonna hit it, and it's gonna look like, yeah, this is the best hero in the game with all these perks online, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to be same as when we talk about Ball, right? Like Ball is really strong in the meta right now, but we don't see it that much in EMEA because not a lot of teams have effective Ball players. You compare that to Korea, and Donghack and Jumbin, every possible opportunity they're loading into the Ball, right? And causing all sorts of problems here now. So I think there's like, Doomfist falls into the same category. It was like, you have to be really good at the hero. Venture as well, right? We see like, Venture can do a lot, but it can also do a lot of nothing as well if you're not able to set up the right situations. You know, compare Checkmate's value to Top Dragon's value on Route 66, and you see like, colossal difference here.
Yeah.
Ice player of the match. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's definitely Zodial. Like, Ice is second in this, but it's actually,
Ice is my second
Zodial.
shout, but yeah. I mean, you know why it's Ice. You know, they always give player of the match after map 2. They decide after map 2 for, like, they always decide after the first 2 maps who they're giving player of the match to. Like, the amount of times there'd be a 3-0 and out, and you'd see that after the second map they typed who they wanted for interview.
There's like there's massive like clip buff as well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Yeah,
you know when Ice gets that flux on Route 66?
Well, so
that's when his name was typed.
Yeah,
Player of
sure.
the Match. Ja,
Hi.
Glückwünsche. Nochmal ein Dub.
Danke. Heute auf Deutsch? Komplett?
Ja, komplett
Oder
auf
lieber
Deutsch,
nicht?
natürlich.
Okay, gut.
Also, ich habe kein Problem damit. Der Rest ist das.
Ich
I'm
auch.
enjoying this interview.
Ja, da gibt es, glaube ich, andere Probleme dann.
So, we're having a good time. Everyone else is just third wheeling.
Yeah,
I thought for a second his calendar was like the Windows XP default home screen or something.
Let's talk about this series.
Like, no way this guy's old enough to have Windows XP.
Physical calendar in 2025.
Everything looked very targeted and very specific to play against
Really?
Peps and take them out of their comfort zone. What was the prep like heading into this match for you guys?
We thought they were gonna play a lot of different comps. I mean, we kind of knew that they want to play the divey comps, right? But we were thinking they would play like Mauga comps as well, but which they obviously didn't at all. And we're prepping for that a bit, but also obviously for the, and we know they're dive team, right? So we were prepping a bit for that as well. And yep, that's it.
That was only like half an answer, Ice, mate. That was like, I forgot what the original question was.
That actually happened. That used to happen to me in the interviews. They'd ask me a question, I start talking, and suddenly, like halfway through, it's like, what was the question?
What point was I trying to reach?
There's like,
here?
Yeah,
like some
what was I
matchups that
rambling
are
about?
really good and some that are really bad. But like on paper, like Ram is a really strong tank, D.Va is a really strong tank, Ball is a really strong tank, Hazard as well. There's like so much variety, and you can really just swap between them and like between the different styles, and like one style counters the other, kind of.
What's your favorite tank out of that list then? What would you prefer?
I mean, my favorite is Hazard. I love playing Hazard.
You look so good when
Like
you're
when
playing the Hazard as well.
Thank you. Oh yeah, when I saw the like on Suravasa and I saw their combo, I was like, wait, I can just go Hazard into this, and then I was really happy about that, and it worked out pretty well, so that's good. I mean, you just have to swap a lot.
Really great strategy. I was actually going to ask you about that, because we've seen now with perks coming in, if you have to make a swap, you get that perks reset level to 1. And so how do you feel like that plays into your swaps? Like, are you nervous about making a swap? Do you care at all with that perk level reset?
I mean, to be honest, not that much, because if you already have a like maxed out hero, I guess, like with level 3 perks, and then you swap to another hero, then you get the perk so much faster. So I mean, if after like one good fight you can have like both perks, or after like 2 fights you'll have the perks. So I'm not really worried about that. Like, I'm not gonna stick to a shit hero just because I can keep the perks. I think
you hear the half
when you
hesitation
need
after
to
he says
fuck the
shit, where
perks,
he's
I
like,
guess.
"Oh yeah, I should have
It's
said."
so bad.
No,
It's
they're
so
really
bad.
good.
Because you realise immediately.
instantly.
Halfway through the
But
sentence. Yeah.
that's a quotable for sure.
I always had a really bad
it's like your
thing with
Pharah in your
interviews
games who
where
doesn't
going
swap off
into it,
because
that when they
Barrage
count
is
you
ready,
down,
right? So, like, we've
my
been
brain would
there
just go
and
through
it's
everything
kind
I'm
of
not allowed
so
to
I'm
say,
glad to see that there's no
just be like,
hesitation just
go on,
because
do
of
it.
perk levels.
Ruin your career. Say
Ice
this, say that.
Phenomenal performance today. We hope to see more of that in the next match. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Bye bye.
Of course, always a pleasure to hear from Ice Gnome.
Can you say shit on stream? Yeah, I think it's really fine. I think it's like one of these things that's just like a Kappa rule. Like, it's like a really like over the top.
Right?
Well, I think it's like what it stems from, and I feel like what it stems from is when if you cast your mind really far back here, you have to be very old to remember this, but Overwatch League used to be on Disney Channel. And actually, you actually really can't swear on the Disney Channel because they will be fined by is it the FCC?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. The American version of basically broadcast standards. So like, yeah. So actually, if you swear, it's a huge problem. As in like financial cost, right? So they are really keen to do it. There's loads of rules in TV. I think it's the same in America. Like in the UK, it's like you have a certain limitation before a certain time, but as you get later in the night, you can like you get a little bit more, you know, you get like maybe like some of the softer swear words like shit. Maybe after 10 p.m. you can get a fuck in there or something.
You know, the post 10 p.m. fuck.
Yeah, the post 10 p.m. fuck or something. It's the same with like movie certificates and stuff. You know, I think like a 12A you're allowed maybe 3 fucks, so you gotta like pick your fucks carefully or something. But it's kind of from that era, and it's never sort of been corrected. Like if you watch a CS broadcast or you watch a Halo broadcast, or anything like this, but casters all swear. Like they're not just swearing all the time, right? But in the appropriate moment, if it's a big moment, like, oh fuck, what is he bloody thinking? What's he fucking
there was a
thinking?
Worlds clip a couple years ago where the caster just lost his fucking mind, and it was so hype actually.
Yeah,
You know, hearing him just go, "What the fuck," was actually just hype. Because he was genuinely shocked of what was happening.
Yeah, and it's the same in CS. Like, you know, they don't care if the players swear in their interviews or whatever. You know, it's just like what do you call it? It's just like the passion, the like the emotion coming through. Same way the desk will swear, right? Even though in theory, when would the desk have an appropriate time to swear? But it's like sometimes it is just funnier. Like the comedic timing is harder if you hit the swear word in it, you know, or something, right? And I feel like a lot of other esports have never had the Disney XD era in their history, right? So they've never been so strict on it. So all of this stuff has never really sort of come in, and I feel like maybe Overwatch as a whole, and maybe Blizzard, maybe in particular, have like a bit of a hangover, all of that, you know? So it's like, yeah, because Luca is right in terms of like, it would be like, sponsors would be the thing that would be the problem, right? But honestly, most sponsors don't give a fuck, actually. Most sponsors don't care if you swear. They care if you're being hateful or abusive, but it's really hard to get in that situation, I think, as the OWCS broadcast where you're being hateful and aggressive and stuff like this. So I think, like, yeah, you remember, BS Light says, I remember Klopp swore in an interview and Lineker was apologized. Yeah, because you see it all the time on traditional sports broadcasts, but you have to, on sports broadcasts, it's actually the rule. Because you know sometimes when
kid friendly and stuff as well, right?
But as in that you're actually meant to apologize. Because you know how sometimes you have like the commentators at a football game and someone in the crowd will shout, Rashford, you're a fucking wanker! And it'll come through on the mics and everyone's sitting at home and like, that guy thinks Rashford's a wanker. The rule is you have to apologize for the profanity. Oh, sorry for anything you might have heard, blah, blah, blah. What's the Peps tweet? What's for French beef? So wait, but what does the tweet say? Can someone please answer? How is it that Krusty being only Plat/Diamond himself able to coach Gen.G, the team that lost to Peps? It doesn't quite, I mean, I get it. I'm happy they're throwing shade, but it doesn't quite work, I think, you know?
No, but that's French humor for you.
Yeah, like
they
it's
give it an
really
effort,
fair,
but they're gonna fall
yeah.
flat.
Like it's a funny, to be fair, it's a funny post to bring back up again. So it's like, it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently Juby told me that on the sheet I actually predicted that Gen.G would win 3-2. But I will say that I changed that today. You know, talking here. You know, pre-match. Yeah, I don't know. Gen.G stocks, I think. You know, the best time to sell would have been an hour ago. The second best time is now, I think. Are you seeing what's on stream right now?
Oh, the bot thing? No, I'm tabbing out. I'm looking at the table, you know? I'm table pilled. Oh wait, I've got a message. Oh, this message was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's from Landon asking if I can explain the seeding. I don't know if you're listening right now, Landon, but I can't. Actually, there's probably a few enough games left now in EMEA, because we're going to move into NA right now, that I should be able to figure it out. Let it run a little bit more, G, because we're only at hour 20 right now. Let me do some table math. All right. So Peps have one game left, so they can go 5-2. VP are top no matter what, right? VP is easy.
Yeah.
Sorted. Gen.G have one game left, so Gen.G can go 5-2. Sneezing, coughing, a picture of hell for two of us. So Peps can go 5-2. Gen.G can also go 5-2. But Peps will just win on the head-to-head, right? So Peps are above Gen.G no matter what. OWCS have played all of their games and will remain 4-3. So they are actually locked in right now. TU have 2 games left.
Still though, right? Presumably.
Yeah, TU could go as high. Yeah, TU could go as high as 4-3. Twisted Minds could go as high as 4-3. So
wait, if TU has 2 games left, how are they going to play one more game without OWCS?
What do you mean?
Well,
No, TU would go 4-3 if they win both their games.
Oh, including the one today.
TU didn't play today.
Oh, TU! I'm looking at TM, sorry.
Alright, yeah, sorry, yeah. No, different. Half right, half right.
Similar. Yeah, 50% there. One off a Baker's dozen.
So, how does it work? So, OWCS have beaten TM, and they have beaten TU, right? Where are they? TM...
Yeah, they beat TU.
And they beat TU as well. I can't find it right now, but I'm pretty sure.
Last week,
Oh,
right?
yeah, there we go, yeah. February 16th. So, OWCS are ahead of TM and Twisted Minds, no matter what, right?
Yeah. Well, is it head-to-head before map difference?
Head-to-head before map difference, I'm pretty sure.
Then,
Right?
yeah.
Maybe someone can fact-check me on this. Can I turn off a bot fight audio? Yeah, I'll crank it down at least. I don't want him to start the game, but yeah. Toby says it is. Does it change if it's a freeway tie? I guess it wouldn't actually, because it would still be, OWCS actually have beaten both teams, so they just win by default, you know what I mean? Like, they've beaten all the teams in the head-to-head, so even that tiebreaker would be okay. So, are OWCS just okay to get top 4?
I think so, right? They haven't got any more games played. They've beaten the teams below them that can mirror their score. Are they not just guaranteed 4th? Because they can't go above Gen.G, right? Because they lost to them.
Yeah, they've
So
got
they're
no
not
more
just
games.
They can't go up and they can't go
Wait,
down.
can Gen.G go down, though, potentially?
No, because they go down to 4-3.
But if they go to 4-3, and did OWCS... No, Gen.G beat OWCS, though. I think
Yeah, Gen.G beat OWCS, so they can't go below them.
No, but if you see what I mean, it'll get pulled into a 4-way 4-3 tie.
Yeah, but OWCS would have...
But then it'll just go map differential. I guess it depends what the rule is, right?
Yeah, if there's more than 2 teams on a tie, does it not do head-to-head first? I assume maybe it's hard
But
to head to head.
the head-to-head doesn't. Do you see what I mean? Like OWCS are ahead of
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
but not above Gen.G. But Gen.G are above some of them, but not the other.
Did Gen.G has Gen.G not beaten both TM and TU though? Would Gen.G not just be third? OWCS
Gen.G have
fourth.
beaten TM. Gen.G have beaten OWCS. Gen.G have beaten TU. But that's also bearing in mind.
Oh
Gen.G
no,
have
they
to
play
lose
tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
Yeah, so if Gen.G win that one, then they've actually got head-to-head. I mean, to be fair, if they win that one, they're also just 5-3 in their third anyway, right? So actually,
Yeah,
they
that
don't get
tends to
dragged
help.
into it. But if
Yeah, but if they were to lose that one, then we're in
but
a
actually,
really
that's
weird
important
situation.
though, right? Because the only way Gen.G can go 4-3 is if they lose to TU, which disrupts all the head-to-head stuff.
Yeah, but then Gen.G have the best map score, so presumably they're just third anyway. Even if they get 3-0 tomorrow, they'd be better than TU.
Yeah.
And they'd be tying with TM on it. And surely you'd then go back to head if it's the same map score between the two individual teams? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so I think Gen.G might just be third no matter what. There's a chance for them to... They can't overtake Peps. Obviously, Peps still need to win their game against Sakura, which should really be fine, given everything we've seen. If Gen.G loses to tomorrow, then they could all tie one. So, 6 teams qualify, but the way it works is the 4 teams go into the upper bracket, and the 5th, 6th go into the lower bracket and only have what they've already double elimination, but they've already been eliminated. They've only got 1 life essentially. So it's like a big difference, but I don't know if I don't know exactly, but it feels like the seeding can't change that much.
It feels like it's just
TM and TU can swap places, but I don't think it's super impactful which way round they finish.
Yeah. I mean, does it affect where they go in... It affects which one of the loser bracket sides they're on, right?
Yeah, if
so
they're on like the VP side or if they're on the...
if they're on the VP side or
presumably Peps side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get back into that one. Alright, they're starting NA now, so be careful not to start that.
I'm gonna go take a break for a minute. Try
Okay.
to fix my cold somehow. I don't know if that's possible.
Right. So wait,
I'm gonna
so
go.
Just to be clear, you're taking a short break to go and cure the common cold.
To go and cure the common cold.
Just to go and cure the
I figured
common
I'd finally
cold.
get around to it. You know?
Alright, so
I've been doing it off long enough.
You go quickly cure the common cold. Shit, thanks, Jamie. The world will actually appreciate that.
I'm sharing the cure just for myself. I'll sell it. Alright, yeah, back in a minute.
Okay. Alright, I've got more. Let's see. If T wins both games, is it not a three-way tie with everyone beating someone else? But if T wins both games, I guess it depends, like, how broken does the head-to-head have to be? Because the head-to-head, when it's a four-way tie, only works if you've beaten all three of the other teams, right? Right? So if you haven't beaten all of the other 3 teams to teams, the head-to-head doesn't work, right? Because it can't separate them, because you can't value the wins differently. So then should it just default to map difference? I guess that's the bit I'm unsure about. At what point do we just swap to map difference? Because then if we swap to map difference, Gen.G is really good for it, but TM and TU both with a reasonable chance to actually overtake OWCS map score. Can't be a 4-way tie, but it can still be a 3-way tie, right? Oh yeah, because TM and TU play each other, so one of them can't go 4 and 3. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Bada. Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't Gen.G beat TM and TU? Yeah, but they lost... No. Well, it depends. If they beat TU tomorrow, then they just get 5 and 3 and they're fine, right? They play... Gen.G play TU tomorrow. No, we're just starting NA now, Storia. So we've got 2 NA games to close out the day. The website's already done the maths. But isn't green is just qualified to playoffs, right? Blue is qualified to top 4. Because it's like, because the spots are 4, but the teams aren't. You see how VP's team is a different color? So there's more math to math, I guess is what I'm saying. It's not super clear. All right, let's run some more scenarios. Hold on. This is now a thinking stream. You weren't ready to think? Be prepared, because now we are thinking. Let me just check on where we are in terms of VODs. Yeah, timeless avidity is coming up next. Let me